to another welcome to another self-defense analysis video. Today I'm going to be covering defending yourself, self-defense in restraints. So I'm going to give you some tips on what to do in case you're being restrained and how to get out of that situation as quickly and as effectively as possible. So with that in mind, we're just going to start with this case. It says body cam video shows EMT punching restrained teen patient. Deanna Williams can be seen screaming expletives and repeatedly punching the 17-year-old patient in the face. An EMT was arrested after a police officer's body camera filmed her punching a teen patient in the back of an ambulance. Deanna Williams can be seen screaming expletives and repeatedly punching the 17-year-old patient in the face. Teen was handcuffed and restrained in the ankles on a stretcher as the assault occurred. Officer Kevin Lopez can be seen going uh, to the back of the ambulance after hearing yelling and screaming to help restrain Williams. That's a kid, that's a child, a 17-year-old child. I don't care, he spit on me. Um, this is your job. You do this for a living. If you don't like people spitting on you, then quit. Williams was no longer an AMR employee. We were notified Saturday evening an employee was arrested for alleged assault in an incident related to a call for service. AMR said in a statement, "We're not able to comment on." Okay, so this is very important. First of all, you you don't have to you don't want to get handcuffed. Whatever you do, you want to avoid that at all costs. Um, and if you can't avoid it, then you pretty much have to work with whatever you have. You know, if you're if you're if your arms are available, you use those. Whatever's available, you have to use what you have. But the main thing here is you can't let yourself um, get restrained, um, and you can't provoke. I know this person provoked the attack, um, but you don't want to do that. So that's pretty much it for that case. Um, so I'm going to the next one. Indiana cops brutally beating a handcuffed man as they're finally charged 11 months after the attack. Two Indiana police officers caught on video brutally punching a handcuffed man more than 10 times have been charged with battery nearly a year after the incident. Um, let's see. The guy who got handcuffed can be seen with his hands behind his back as he prepares to spit at the officers before someone warns him not to. Um, the officers immediately tackle him to the ground, slamming his head into the concrete floor. They then proceed to beat him into several seconds. Um, I'm just skipping all of this. So yeah, it's um, pretty much what happened. Um, so this is what you want to do. This is First of all, another important thing in dealing with people, especially multiple attackers in these types of police brutality situations, is you want to have quick, evasive footwork and pretty much use whatever weapons you can, whether it's the environment or your legs or your head, whatever. Um, Pretty much know who you're dealing with and use the principles that I showed you. Um, and whatever you do, don't go to the ground. That's the worst place to be, especially if you're handcuffed. Um, and finally, you have to get out as soon as you can. You have to know how to escape from the handcuffs if you want to have the best chance of survival. So that's it for that case. This is the last one. Barkan terrorist forced cleaner to handcuff victim, threatening to shoot him. Ashraf Walid Suleiman Na'alwa reportedly made a 20-year-old cleaner from Nablus Tayyip Kim 11 ground Yekizal, allowing the cleaner to escape before continuing his killing spree. Terrorists who murdered two Israelis at the Barkhane industrial zone forced a cleaner at gunpoint to handcuff one of the victims. Kim's body was found with her hands bound by a cable tie, which the terrorists took several minutes before the attack from the storeroom where the attack took place. The terrorists threatened to shoot the clearer, who was at the scene of of uh, of the attack if he did not tie up 11 ground Yehik something like that. um, According to the report, after the cleaner handcuffed Kim, the terrorist gave him a couple of seconds to escape, left the scene unharmed. Then he killed them all and he left. So this is the first thing you want to do is if you're in this situation, someone's threatening you to handcuff someone, the best thing you can do is pretty much do what they say. Um, it's not worth your life, um, unless you're pretty sure that you can take on your attacker. Only you know what to do in these types of situations. Um, so you have to make the smart decision in order to survive. So so that's the first thing. And if you're the person being handcuffed, you have to know the situation that you're in, um, and deal with it accordingly. Because um, you don't know what this terrorist wants. You don't know you don't know if he's out to kill people or if he's out to send a message or take hostages. You just don't know. Um, but ultimately, in this situation, you want to avoid getting into it in the first place. And if you are into it, then you have to pretty much act fast because you just you're very vulnerable and you don't know what's going to happen. Um, and You have very little time to act. So that's all I got for this case. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below on self-defense in restraints. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. if you want a course on, if you want a lesson on this particular subject, there's a link in the description below. So check it out, and I'll see you next week.